¿cómo te vas a sentir que estén haciendo eso a Carlos o a Mikey?
¿De qué?
Mira, quiero que veas este video.
Además, dime qué dice.
Bueno, te lo mandé a ti, chécalo. Te lo mandé a tu teléfono, chécalo.
All right.
Chécalo. Quiero que tú mires ese video y que él es Carlos o es Mikey. Que una persona en su propiedad no tenga privacidad ni de comer, porque un estúpido como tú que lo esté grabando.
¿Grabando a quién?
A esta persona, a este joven que está comiendo en su propiedad, que no puede estar en su propia propiedad porque alguien enfermo mental está grabándolo y lo está subiendo en YouTube.
¿Y cómo se llama esa persona?
Pues es el hijo de la señora, porque él está en su propiedad. No sé cómo se llama el hijo de la señora, Elvira. Yo lo tengo aquí y esa página la subiste tú y este video lo grabaste tú. ¿Ok?
¿Hoy?
No sé cuándo, no, aquí no dice cuándo fue. Pero quiero que lo veas tú el video, te lo mandé, lo compartí contigo.
All right.
No lo ha mirado. El muchacho se dio cuenta que lo estás grabando y se miró para arriba y esto es de aquí de esta ventana que tú estás grabando eso. ¿Ok? Y eso es una falta de respeto tanto para la persona de la propiedad que tú no respetas. ¿Ok?
¿Y es el hijo de quién?
De Elvira. Si de eso le hacen a Carlos allí en la puerta, que el señor de enfrente lo esté grabando, a Carlos no le va a gustar y que lo suba a YouTube sin su consentimiento. Esa es una falta de respeto, porque esa gente cuando nosotros vinimos a vivir aquí, ellos ya vivían acá. Ellos no vinieron a quitarte ningún espacio, en ningún lugar, ni a provocarte. Ellos no te están provocando a ti, tú eres el que estás provocando a ellos. You provoking them. ¿Ok?
The Martinez family?
La Martínez Family. Y también estás provocando a la gente que vive en el frente, de Sol Moreno. Aquí dices tú, daily drug dealing strategy. Ese no es tu trabajo. El trabajo es de la policía, no tuyo. Tú estás grabando de mi casa, subiendo videos, y a mí o a tus hijos le pueden hacer daño, dar un balazo, cualquier cosa, solamente con tu pinche pendejada que estás haciendo. ¿Ok? Eso no es problema tuyo de andar resolviendo problemas de la gente. Es un problema de la ciudad, de la policía, de lo que sea. ¿Ok? Si tú quieres hacer esas cosas, trabajar y hacer esas cosas, busca en tu propio apartamento, pero no me estás involucrando en mi casa a mí. No estés involucrando en mi casa. ¿Ok? Yo estoy compartiendo esto para que ellos vean este video y sepan quién es la persona que está haciendo esto. Para eso. Lo estoy compartiendo y aquí se va con uno. Tienes bastantes videos de todas las pendejadas que escriben.
What day is the video?
I don't care what fucking day is, but the thing is you're doing this shit all the time. Y estás haciendo eso de mi casa sin darte yo permiso. Es una casa privada de mi consentimiento. Yo no quiero tener gente viviendo aquí.
That was a long time ago.
Quiero que estén viviendo aquí, porque aquí solamente puede venir una persona profesional que trabaja con la ciudad. ¿Ok? Oye,
Yeah.
oye la pendejada que dices. Oye, oye, oye. Ella, ¿qué te hace la señora? ¿Qué te hace el señor?
¿No dice la fecha? What date?
I don't fucking care about that thing.
Working out there. Let's see who that is. There's movement. Meanwhile, lower frequency electromagnetic field. Wave shot through into the brain continues, coming from next door, 5135, second floor hideout.
¿Ya viste? Si dices las pendejadas que dices, eres un pendejo. Idiota. Todas pendejadas que dices por tu mismo.
Ex-wife reaction and response. Community gang stalking. Ex-wife is checking the videos. ¿Ya te vas para México? ¿Puedo ir? Yo quiero ir contigo. Ex-wife reaction and response, and community gang stalking. Ex-wife saying, you heard the beeping of the horn. Community gang stalking. Ex-wife upset. Oh, look at what she threw at me. Look at that. She threw that at me. All right, ex-wife leaving to her family's house. She's leaving. You heard the community gang stalking. Obviously, she has no idea what's going on. That's my ex-wife leaving toward her family's house. A couple of... they live next to Board of Education, District 99 building, her family. All right, well, you guys just witnessed. She went through the video footage. She has no idea what's going on. I know what social acting is. And, of course, Town City officials, this is exactly what Town City officials are working on, is a harassment case against me. Ex-wife reacted and responded. Obviously, I closed the door. I was inside my room. But, they're listening to me. They're listening to me. She has no idea that the Martinez family has a signed contract with Thomas officials and Town Mayor Larry Dominic and Nello Greco, main proprietor of 5132. Behind enemy lines, plenty of second character witnesses. And right before she arrived, there was a physical attack. An individual was instructed to park here in front once again. Okay, so obviously the strategizing physical attacks continue and creating family conflict, emotional distress, anxiety, disbelief, mistrust, anger as well. You heard how emotional she is, and she did mention Mexico again. She will be retiring. She will be leaving to Mexico. Obviously, I cannot afford the rent here. She's asking $1,200. I want to continue. This looks it's very promising, guys. We laid down the foundation, and obviously these individuals are very, very confident. Town City officials can open up a harassment case against me. Good luck with that. That's what we got so far, guys. Intentions are very clear. Ex-wife reacted and responded, and yes, she threw a coat hanger at me, and it was surprising because she came in through the back and I didn't hear her, and she attacked me from the back by throwing a coat hanger. It could be a number of things that she throws at me. Any item that is close to her, she will throw at me. So, once again, this is exactly what Thomas Cicero officials are working on. And that's the reason why Department of Public Health is deployed constantly to see if they can capitalize on creating family conflict, emotional distress, anxiety, disbelief, mistrust, anger. The game of manipulation, daily plan attacks, entrapment. We got another video. Community gang stalking while my ex-wife was yelling at me while inside my room. Okay? And she also uploaded a video of, and she was, she placed the video next to my door. And obviously she has no idea the Martinez family are involved in criminal activity of this sort. Behind enemy lines, plenty of second character witnesses. My family has no idea, guys. Very similar to a comedian by the name of Howie Mandel. You have to deal with it. A nice TV show. Pretty similar scenarios. The only difference is I am being subjected to lethal high-level frequencies and constant shock treatment to the brain. Obviously, this is very traumatic to the brain tissue over time, causing secondary health issues or radiation levels. And Thomas Cicero officials and Thomas Cicero mayor working alongside Nello Greco and his family members, Anthony J. Loader, nephew, at 5132, they are very aware if anything happens to me, they need a safety cushion. And obviously, the documentation and the family members must be involved, okay? There we go. Community gang stalking at 6:02 p.m. May 26, 2026, Tuesday evening. So, very similar to as far as 5130 not having or displaying a building permit, okay? So Thomas Cicero officials and Larry Dominic, our present mayor, can disassociate themselves from any wrongdoing. That's the reason there's no building department displayed. And that's another reason why they just don't go ahead and just get rid of me while I'm walking down the street. They're trying to do it legal-like, okay? They're trying to do it. It's called making sure there's no loose ends, okay? This is how they're able to manipulate businesses, remain in control, and silence their arbitraries, okay? But remember, the family members must place an order of protection. The family members, in my case, Thomas Cicero Emergency 911 dispatcher named Anna, okay? Joint collaboration with the Plains Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart, unprovoked home visit at 5 a.m. in the morning, requesting to speak to me. Under duress conditions, I continued sleeping. But before they left, no paperwork, no evidence, they instructed my family members if Miguel Rodriguez, starts acting in any peculiar way, do not hesitate, call 911 immediately. Now you guys know why. For documentation purposes of mental health issue illness, to avoid long-term electronic harassment, secondary health issues or radiation levels. Pretty similar to psychological warfare books, The Art of War, The 48 Laws, The Centennial, Mind Games, Community Gang Stalking, Bright Light Harassment, Dog Barking on Command Signal, Fireworks, Alarm, Provoke Confrontation and Creating Family Conflict, Emotional Distress, Anxiety, Disbelief, Mistrust. A number of scenarios to manipulate the victims for the game of manipulation, daily plan attacks, entrapment, state fraud, mental health hospital, inpatient entrapment. And this is exactly what the victims must endure, and they're preconditioned at home to do so, okay? The consequences are very severe on the doctor's care. Remember, the family members must sign all legal rights, must place an order of protection, must award the victim to the State Mental Institute, the final faith. I've been a little sleepy. I took a shower, and obviously I have to stay awake. But this is the final faith. The electronic harassment puts the victim into a deep head sleep. That's right. That's why it's called the final faith, because the victim feels relaxed. The victim falls into a really relaxing sleep, and that's it. Sooner or later, I won't wake up. But before that day happens, this is the strategizing that's taking place right next door, 5135, second floor hideout. And that's the reason why there's so many second character witnesses in the area for physical attacks. Okay? Other than that, getting ready for a whole new year of surveillance. But my ex-wife did mention that I have to move again, and she did mention she's going to Mexico. Okay? So obviously, it's going to be difficult to open up a federal case of this nature without a victim such as I. So think about it, strategize. It's very important, guys. This is history in the making. If you are Arthur, if you are a writer, if you are in law enforcement, this is a great opportunity to gain some ground behind enemy lines. Plenty of second character witnesses. And of course, if you want to get rid of somebody, you attack them. There we go. You attack the brain. That is social acting and community gang stalking. You attack the brain. If you want to get rid of somebody, you attack the brain electronically. If you want to get away with the murder, well, you have to implement exactly what took place with creating family conflict, emotional distress, anxiety, disbelief, mistrust, anger. Once again, the family members are coerced and manipulated to act a certain way. Violence is one of their main key goals, okay? If there's violence, that's why I run to my room and I lock the door, because the violence is one of their main objectives. So the victim will be arrested rather than the perpetrator, okay? That's me, the victim being arrested and documented with a history of mental health issue illness, okay? So there we have it, guys. A little community gang stalking. And we have my ex-wife's statement, her reaction and response. Obviously, no idea what's going on. And she did mention again, she's leaving to Mexico, guys. So you guys getting the heads up ahead of time. 6:07 a.m., 6:07 a.m., May 26, 2026, Tuesday afternoon. The individuals continue hiding on the second floor. Yes, they're working. And no address identification or no work permit. I wonder why. Getting ready, guys. A full night of surveillance. And looks like the truck, the gray truck, took advantage that I was inside my room. Okay? And he was deployed. No longer parked there. The gray truck serving customers at an indoor-outdoor recreational facility, golf course. There we go. And we also have the lights being redirected toward our window as far as the dollar store owner and the main property, the very important main person that owns this property has all the lights directed toward my window. See that? Even though it's still light. Look at that sun. But the lights were turned on for this specific purpose. Okay, I guess that's it. Getting ready, guys. We are still waiting for the individuals to come out on command signal. At least we know that the truck, the gray truck, has left, and the gray truck is the person in charge of 5132. 5132. We have more vehicles arriving in the area. We shall see if that has anything to do with that information or not. Let's see. Okay, looks pretty normal. Pretty normal. Okay, we shall see. Alright, so for now, that was the weapon of choice. That's the only thing she had. and she threw it at me as soon as she saw me by the window recording. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Okay, we are still waiting for the individuals to arrive to get picked up, and we also have Grandma on video. We got Grandma on video placing the narcotics. She didn't even bother checking the mailbox. Why? Because she already had the narcotics on her. Okay. We do have activity in the back alley. Let's see. We do have activity. Let's see who's back there. I don't know who's back there. There we go. Thomas Cicero Police Department harassment. We got him. To serve and protect organized crime. We got him on video. The police officer involved in criminal activity attacking the victim's psyche. The reason that police officer was hiding in the alley was to see if I respond by looking toward that direction. And obviously, if I didn't have my camera focus on him or her, I wouldn't be able to pick up on what they were up to. Okay? So obviously, that same police officer is waiting for me and my ex-wife to have a dispute. Okay? They're waiting. On video. We got the police officer clearly on video. I spotted him over here. And then all I had to do was adjust the camera and get him right here. And we got him. We got him. Behind enemy lines. Right after the assault that took place with the coat hanger that my ex-wife threw at me from that distance. Okay? Now, obviously, that is not something very serious, but these police officers are waiting, standing by, set up traps, false police reports, arrests, court dates, order protection, document a history of mental health issue illness once the victims respond, along with the family members. And there you go. Intentions are very clear. That's the weapon right there. That's the weapon. And you saw where it landed, right on the curtain. Okay? So, that's it. We got the police officer once again, guys. There we go. There we go. The community gang stalking, working alongside Thomas Cicero officials and law enforcement. And this is Thomas Cicero Mayor Larry Dominic, a show of force. Okay? Behind enemy lines continues the daily plan attacks. I need my privacy. All right, the police officer attack took place. This is now, once again, why is the police officer in the alley? Well, obviously, he's waiting for me. Obviously, it's attacking the victim's psyche. Okay? That happens each time I go grocery shopping. The police officers are waiting for me outside. Or following me, or blocking off the entire back alley. Okay? I'm telling you. May 1st, 2026, May 1st, 2026, Friday at 6:17, an excessive show of force by Thomas Cicero officials, 60-plus police officers, paramedics, and fire department were deployed here. Okay? All this information is on our social media platform, frame by frame. Okay? And let's go back to February 27th, 2026, a U.S. Marshal fake catch and release father and son Friday as well at 3 p.m. All this information is on our social media platform, frame by frame, okay? I'm not going to get into it. We got him. We got him. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Now, that's the reason why I don't drink and I don't smoke, okay? Just imagine if I was under the influence of alcohol and I wouldn't be able to focus my camera. I'll probably be enjoying my buzz, and I'll be like, I'm not even going to be recording today, okay? So you got to be dedicated when you're doing something like this. Once again, you will not be able to open up a federal case of this nature without a victim such as I. Get it? Comprende? That's the way it is, guys. That's the way it is. You cannot have the best of both worlds. Okay, we're waiting for the police officer to come back. I guess he's gone. He got caught. He got caught. He's gone. Okay, he's gone. That's it. His motive is there. His intent is there. His victim, me. Right after the assault that took place on video. On video. All right, so for now we're moving on. We're still waiting for the individuals. Right here. 6:15 p.m. May 26, 2026, Tuesday afternoon. Anything happens to me? Well, this is going to be a curiosity. What happened to the YouTuber? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. This is how they're able to manipulate businesses, remain in control, and silence their arbitraries. Silent, incoherent victims. Nursing home final faith, identity theft Medicaid takes place. Plenty of second character witnesses in the area. High frequencies. Standing by. We are focused. 5130. They should be making the departure very shortly. 5130. No work permit. No address identification. And of course, Thomas officials, law enforcement. This is a disregard for public safety and a misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds, guys. They're throwing money left and right. Instead of spending it on the flooding that we get every summer, okay? Instead of spending all their time and resources on Morton High School student, that was our condolences to the family. We're trying to shed light on why that young teenager is no longer with us, okay? And this is a prime example why, okay? There's a lot of examples, but you can see the pressure's on. The pressure's on. They need to get rid of me, okay? The pressure's on. They need to have an alibi, okay? The pressure's on. They know sooner or later I won't be able to wake up and I won't be able to continue this, okay? I want to go on the record now. Public service notification awareness. I, Miguel Rodriguez Jr., grant full permission to all parties to record me in my room. That's right. Inside my apartment, while walking outside, while taking public transportation. That's right. I am granting full permission once again. I need your assistance. If you can follow these individuals to Village of Pilsen area, that'd be great. If you can follow the individual with the gray truck, 5132, going to the golf course. That's right. If you can do a little social acting of your own and record these police officers interacting with these individuals, that'd be great too. Public meetings. And if you can record Hawthorne track race horses being used to transport narcotics, that's even better, because animal abuse is well, there's a reason why I'm a target, guys, okay? There's a reason why there's so many children involved here, guys. Get involved with Child Protective Services as well. Get on the phone, guys. Get going. Get going. I already did, okay? I contacted everybody, including State Police Department and Joliet and on Harrison, okay? So other than that, what else you guys want me to do, okay? I'll lay down the foundation. Once again, please contact Internal Revenue Services, the IRS, post the date, January 8th, 2025, appeal the petition with a tax preparer tax evasion. 2-flat brick. The first floor remains vacant. The blinds are changed. But Nello Greco continues hiding right next door at 5135. Okay, let's see. No dog barking at command signal. I wonder why. It is a trap house in the basement. And look, right there. Is that normal to you? We got it. All right. We don't want to overdo it. Ex-wife should be returning shortly. And we were able to capture the police officer going through the alley. Going through the alley on video, guys. You cannot deny Thomas officials' misuse of taxpayers' emergency revenue funds. Okay? We are providing a crucial service here, guys. I'm telling you. Mucho problema, chicos. A lot of problems. I'm telling you. It's not good for business. It's not good for business, guys. The best thing you guys can do is make your enemies your best friend. Okay? That's the best thing you can do, guys. I'm telling you. And leave them kids alone. Leave Hawthorne track race horses alone. Leave the senior citizens alone. Leave the migrants alone. Okay? Leave the young teenage victims alone. Okay? They're working under extreme conditions. It's hot. And the windows are closed, and they're sanding with drywall. Okay, so you can just imagine the humanity, guys. Okay, the humanity. It is worth getting involved. These are individuals that should not be suffering, working with the windows closed to avoid any suspicious wrongdoing. Okay. 6:21 p.m. Tuesday. I better not hear a peep while I'm talking. Comprende? All right, there we go. They got the signal. 6:21 p.m. Tuesday, May 26, 2026. That's it. That's all we got, guys. We do have the police officer on video. He's not going to get away. Okay? He's not going to get away with this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here we go. Public safety, concern, and of course, Thomas Trophy shows disregard for public safety. That same police officer is waiting for me to see if I go outside and record that vehicle. Once again, a disregard for public safety, guys. Behind enemy lines. And I just told him I did not want to be interrupted. See that? I just told him. You guys heard me. I did not want to be interrupted. Okay? Now, how are they able to hear what I have to say? Well, the high frequencies. The high frequencies is directed toward a victim's ear, and the electromagnetic field waves is directed toward the victim's brain. That's how, okay? Go on Tech Ingredients, YouTube channel Tech Ingredients, detailed information, scientific facts, okay? All right, so we got another community gang stalking right there, okay? There we go. We got him. You guys want to do that again? I don't know. Do you guys really? Do you know where you're at? First of all, do you know where you're at? This is my block, okay? Do you know where you're at? You better check yourself before you wreck yourself and read the memo. Read the memo. Don't be a knucklehead. We got them, guys. I always feel bad yelling at them, but it's called tough love. We got them.